Hello everyone, welcome back to Nomoria. So, today I'm planning on having this hallway cleared out. The terrain, mine, and I'm thinking that instead of having a one-wide hallway, we're just going to widen it up, make it a much larger hallway, and move the workshops back a space. So, train, mine, wall. Let's just get this going straight away. And let's actually also clear out this area a bit as well. Make it look a little nicer, I suppose. I need to get a fan blowing on me. It's getting warm in this room. So while they are doing that, I'm going to have my axemen, my lumberjacks, start clearing away some trees so we can start working on a new farm area. This farm is going to be important for making a lot more armor, I guess, is a good start. But also some storage space as well. We're going to be going into making weaving mills. And in order to do that, we're going to need to get a lot more cotton than we currently have. So agriculture, forage, let's get some cotton picked. And I think there's some around here too. I also want to get these strawberries because always can use a little more food. And that's enough to keep them busy for a bit. And while they're doing that, I think that the wheat is ready to get harvested. Maybe I should have farms prioritized over agriculture. Let's see, professions, farmer. Move the farm up. And the grove. Yep. There, do that. Okay, so they'll take care of the wheat first, and then they'll go harvest things. That's the way I want it to work. Because wheat, in order for it to grow, needs like 4 days. And any time that it's spent already being grown and not replanted is going to take away from that time. It's going to take longer before it gets planted. Or before it's ready to harvest again. There. I went ahead and got a drink. Now I feel much better. I hadn't turned the fan on in the office, so got cool air flowing at me. And while I was doing that, I started thinking about my pastures. I was thinking it'd be good to have an extra pasture set up over near the butcher shop, just to have excess males go over there. Though, right now, yeah, I think I'll make it so that I can have 2 males at the most in here for now. And if I get more than 2, I can send the extra one over here. Maybe. I'll think about it. Yeah, let's actually do it. No more thinking. Only needs to be a very small pasture. We can... Oh, it's not big enough. Okay. New designation. Let's try for a 5x5 then. There we go. So, excess male yaks get sent over here. And we butcher them. I think that should work out nicely. And it looks like we got quite a bit of the cotton harvested that I designated to get harvested. Well, half of it maybe. Because they keep on having to run over here to harvest more wheat. Speaking of wheat, I should make some more bedding. It's important to get more bedding down for your gnomes so that way they can actually sleep better, which makes them able to work longer. So I'll get 3 more beds down. That's... oh, how much gnomes do we have? We have 11 people. That's about half the population able to sleep on a straw bed. Not as good as a regular bed, but for now, it works. Let's see, we're getting close to halfway through summer, I think. Or a third of the way. One of the two. I forget how long the months are. So I expect that goblins should start showing up soon. In fact, let's actually take a look at the surrounding kingdoms. Diplomacy, we have the Salty Kingdom, which is a merchant city-state. It's friendly. Its distance is 2 days and 18 hours. Then there's the Volcano Kingdom, which has goblins. Now, diplomacy is something that I wasn't planning on getting into anytime soon, because in order to do this, you have to have a room for an ambassador to come visit and stay in. And when there's an ambassador, you can open up trade between the two kingdoms. We're still kind of settling into things. But trade will be fairly important come winter because we can get rid of our excess materials and bring in food if we are short, because plants do not grow in the winter. Now, Volcano Kingdom, there's two options for these guys. I can send a tribute, which, you know, not exactly useful. And you send one of your gnomes over with it. I've never done a tribute before, but I imagine sending a tribute keeps their goblins in their territory and they don't bother you as much. There may be risk of your gnome being eaten as well, perhaps. You can also send an insult, which also requires sending over one of your gnomes. That gnome probably won't come back. So, might be a good way of getting rid of excess gnomes. You know, if you don't feel like trapping them in a room with nothing around. Oh, that's quite lovely. We managed to strike copper while digging down here. That's a pretty good sign that we're going to get a fair amount of metal while we're hollowing out these workshop areas. Let's see, I want to make sure we have everything set up the way I want it to. And I can also start to hollow into some of these. Now if we're lucky, we will also be getting coal while we're doing this. I think we do have some coal still, and if we do, I can make a few torches. Let's see, torches. There's the torch. We have no coal. That's a shame. But we do have coal in this wall here, so let's schedule that to be mined out as well. And when I do mining down below, I like to do strip mines, because it's the best way of finding where things are at. Although it does leave the place kind of ugly afterwards. So I'll let this guy get to that and we'll see how much coal we get. So while that guy is mining, I thought I would talk to you guys about the grove I made. Originally I had said that planting fruit trees for groves is the best way to go because your guys can come over, chop down the trees, get clippings, and replant them and get fruit. Technically that's not the best way to go about it, The best way to go about would actually be to set up the grove and go for plant saplings and pick fruit. You can have cut clippings too, but if you just have it on plant saplings and pick fruit, you get food a lot faster, and I think that's going to be the better way for us to go. So we're going to do that. In the meantime, I set up a stockpile over here for all my gnomes to gather the wheat straw. So it's near the yak whenever they need it. Plus it's kind of halfway in between where the wheat actually is growing and where it's getting used the most. So, a fair trade, I think. Now, we also want to get a farm started for cotton. And this is going to be a slightly small farm. It's just going to be 40 squares. Got plenty of cotton seeds to plant. If I need to, I'll expand it later, but for now, 40 should be good, because we're not going to use very much to start with. And down here we have a pretty good vein of coal, and the copper seems to be going pretty well as well. So we're going to actually mine it. And I'm planning on changing out the walls in here eventually, but for now we're going to leave it as is. I would like to get the coal out and all the copper, but it's not crucial, so let's leave it. Right? What is important for me to do, though, is going to be to build workshop. We're going to build a loom. Now, a loom requires a loom and any chair. The loom is built in the carpenter workshop, so we'll get that built pretty easily. And I shall build it like this. So we'll have a stockpile over here for all the cotton that we're gathering. And then we'll be able to make bolts of cloth. I wonder if there's anything prowling around the edges of my kingdom. The kingdom of the ring. Oh! Not prowling around the edges, but right in the middle of my kingdom. Goblin fighter, huh? Alright, all squads, attack. Now before I unpause, are there any other goblins in this area? That goblin actually has a weapon, which is pretty damn worrying because most of my guys don't have any armor. In fact, what I should be doing is getting upgrades for them. Make it so that they have some sort of weapon, and leather armor would be great, but I can't get leather yet because we haven't got any male cows. So yeah. Let's see how well this goes. They injured my yak. That's a douche move, goblin. Douche move. Alright, so a fight that's 3-on-1. We've killed the goblin. That's great. Our yak, how bad is this yak? It's bleeding from her lower body, which is seriously injured. Great, it's a female yak. That's never good. I don't know how to treat a yak. But I'm guessing a rancher has to take care of it, so we're gonna switch one of our farmers. Let's see. Actually, who's the best animal husbandry out of all these guys? Tria, you go. Can she not do it? Can Flora do it? Flora's crafting an item. You know, My homekeeper guy, I don't think I actually edited very well. Yeah, I didn't edit it at all. I think I'll move hospital to the top of the list for the homekeeper. Workshop to the second thing. And I don't know what else she really does, so we're gonna leave it at that. I hope my axe doesn't just bleed out and die. Man, look at all that blood. This is not good. Yep, she bled to death. That is really, really saddening. I hear thunder outside, I think. Interesting. Well, since that happened, guess what? You can butcher goblin corpses. And you can get meat from them. You may find that a little bit creepy, but I'm not going to turn down food for my guys. Plus, it's a good source of bone, so we'll need it eventually. Now, that brings up another thing that I was going to talk about. We need another workshop in order to make the tailor shop. We need the bone carver. I'll set his shop up like that. And it can go right next to the butcher shop because that's where all the bones are going to be. It really sucks that I lost a yak. Alright, so when you butcher a goblin, this is the stuff you get. Some meat and a skull. I'm not gonna turn down having meat. But the important thing is that with these guys, with the axe, you get other bones. And those other bones are needed in order to make I can make 16 sausages. I'm gonna queue that up. The bones are needed to make a bone needle, which is needed to make the tailor, which is where you get most of your cloth items from. Now, I did get a copper battle axe from this, but it is kind of worn. It's not exactly a good tool. It's very battered. What is that weather like out there? It's raining. I can also see blue sky. It's one of those weird weathers of summer. That bear has been spotted again. I know we saw it earlier while I was looking around, but he's been spotted again. Now, I kind of want to have this bear taken care of, but he can stay for now. I'll give him a stay of execution, we'll say. You know, I'm not going to use these as rooms. We're going to have a dormitory, and I think I'll turn this back area into a hospital. Actually, you know what? Cancel the job on half of this. I can turn these into stockpiles. I think that'll serve me better. Alright. So, designate area, a hospital. Alright, and then we need to get beds built in there. I think that regular straw beds will work. We'll go with 2. That way if my gnomes get injured, I can have them healed a lot faster. Because I can have my homekeeper do all the healing. Man, that's a lot of blood. Good. Straw beds do indeed count towards the bed count of the hospital. And you know what? We have a lot of straw wheat, of wheat straw. So I feel safe making several more beds. More beds than my gnomes should need. In fact, if we scroll over to where the wheat is at, I believe a lot more has grown. Yes, it has indeed. There's a lot of wheat growing. But I can't suspend it because we are going to need it. And we have cotton planted as well, which is great. But my guys are currently busy sparring, and I think this will be the last time I have them spar for a little while. After this, they can hunt a bear. Yes, a bear. Oh, and the bone carver is done, so I'm going to have them craft a bone needle. Now, I don't think I have anyone that's set to do that. Oh, no, I do. I have this guy doing that. What are you? You're a rancher. Okay. I forgot I had 2 ranchers already. Why would I forget that? Let's see. That's currently on hold because I think my builders are busy with the sparring still. There's some really loud thunder outside. I mean really loud. See, their training session lasts until 6, so they'll be busy until then. I'm thinking of getting some protection built around my yaks. Really around my entire kingdom. I want to remove these ramps, for one. And build walls everywhere. That way I'm safer. 2 more goblins. Are my guys already on it? They are. They're after another one of my yaks. It's my male yak. That's slightly better, but if I lose my male yak and this one gives birth to a female yak, I will have no more male yaks. Come on, guys. Save my yak. Will someone save the yak instead of letting it... Okay. Ah, he's dropped his weapon. He's dead. How is the yak? The yak's health... Injured upper body, lower body, right back hoof, right front hoof, and left front hoof. This yak is in a state of misery. Forever now. It's also got a seriously injured left eye. Why would they be after my yaks? My yakety yaks! It's alive at least, so there's that. I think it'd be a mercy to butcher this yak, but I have to make sure that I have a new male to succeed him. Meanwhile, I have my gnomes here removing the ramps around this hill. I'm going to also get rid of all these trees because, you know, I might as well. At least some of these trees. Ooh, we have trees. Why haven't they collected any logs yet? They've been collecting everything else, but... I mean, seriously, why do you not have logs? Get the logs. Getting lots of apple trees. That's good. I think that we're going to be coming to the end of this episode in just a short while. So I hope you guys are enjoying this episode and this series in general. I'm going to go ahead and keep on removing ramps and chopping trees off camera. And I will rejoin you guys in the next episode, planning out where I'm building a wall. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, and goodbye.